This is the product examination video for ME110 manufacturing processes at San Jose State University, where Group 2 and our members include Anthony, Justine, Kiara, and MZ. For the product examination, we're going to examine the Kodak Disc 4100 camera. The first part we examined was the internal casing and battery holder. The casing was most likely manufactured from injection molding because there are clear signs of ejector pins being used.
Starting off with the circuit board, these are the three main ways that we think the main circuit board of the camera was soldered: through wave soldering, reflow soldering, and hand soldering. And wave soldering is because since the board only has components on one side, wave soldering would be a possible way to quickly solder the boards. And for reflow, it is the most common way of bulk soldering in a plant. However, this could be done also through hand soldering because there are relatively a few parts that need to be soldered. Moving on to the gears were clearly manufactured using injection molding because of the ejector pin marks present in the gears. Now moving on to the disc film holder, this part most likely went through several processes. The part appears to have been made from an aluminum piece that was rolled into a sheet, but due to the sharp features, it was most likely cut using stamps, and as well as the tapered holes, it could also be stamped, but due to the complexity of the shape, it was likely that this part was machined. More possible machining processes include laser cutting or using water jet. There is also a film pressure plate present with a larger number of projections with their top smoothly curved, and it is integrally molded of plastic.
So here is metal springs and levers. These stainless pieces were most likely made from a piece of sheet metal. Many of these pieces have complex shapes, so they could have been cut by using a laser cutter or water jet. Some of these pieces have a small curved bend radius, which leads us to believe that it could have been formed from roll bending. The next part is inductance coils. The camera contains several inductance coils are made up of wound wires. The wires may have been enhanced by drawing and cool rollings to improve its material properties. However, the wires are relatively thin. It is likely that they only went through the drawing process for their precision and low production costs.
The Kodak disc camera contained many of these thin, bent copper strips. These strips start with the extraction and refining of copper. Then it is casted and rolled through a series of mills. It undergoes annealing and is cold rolled and surface treated. These copper strips in specific most likely were electroplated to improve conductivity in this application. And because the final product is so thin and small, these strips most likely went through a copper strip slitting machine. The front panel of the camera appears to be made out of aluminum. We believe this piece was formed using horizontal or end milling because the surface finish matches the finish typically seen from these processes. For this application specifically, the bottom lines allow for a better grip of the camera when in use.